Hi guys, welcome to Naijatraffic. My name is Harper Collins and my co-host is
Igwe, Amarachi with Charley, and today we'll be diving into a very sensitive topic, which is toxic relationship. So I'm going to be defining this because so many of you out there are into a toxic relationship but don't even know how to recognize they are into one. Now, what is toxic relationship? Toxic relationship is one that consistently undermines your sense of well-being, both physically, mentally, and otherwise. Hapa, what do you think of toxic relationship?
Well, I'll say that toxic relationship is any relationship that makes you feel demeaned, unsupported, or feel attacked at any point.
Exactly. And most times, this kind of relationship often puts your safety at risk. Now we're going to be telling you the signs of toxic relationship, so that for those of you who are into a toxic relationship and don't even know it, you will know today. And for those of you who are into it, you will get to know the risk and how to get out of it. So Collins, please can you tell us some of the symptoms of toxic relationship?
Okay, one of the signs that you're in a toxic relationship is blaming.
Exactly.
When your partner constantly blames you and pictures you, like paints a picture of you being the problem in the relationship consistently each time, always making you to feel apologetic for that particular issue, and you're now picturing yourself like, what is the problem with me? Why am I always messing up? Why am I always treating my partner bad? But actually, he's the one at fault or she's the one at fault,
Exactly.
not you. Your partner is always making you feel at fault in every issue you have or any argument. If you're witnessing this, that actually means that you're in a toxic relationship. Now, over to you, Charlie.
Okay. Well, another sign that tells you that you're in a toxic relationship is hypercritical. When your partner always makes you feel that nothing you ever do matters, you can never get anything right, and everything you do, he finds fault in it, making you always feel flawed, both mentally, physically, and otherwise. He puts you in this position and makes you the victim that you can never get anything properly done, and this reduces your sense of responsibility. It brings you down and makes you feel less of yourself. So when this is consistent, please mark the word consistent in your relationship, because you cannot say that you're in a toxic relationship when this happens once or twice and you say, oh, there's gaslighting, so I'm in a toxic relationship. No be like that. Okay, it has to be consistent. Okay, he has to keep doing this, that you begin to feel that I can never get anything right, I can never get anything properly done, I'm incompetent, I'm flawed. Do you understand? When he has reduced you to that mentality, please get to understand that you're in a very toxic relationship and you need to get out of it.
Another sign of toxic relationship that is very rampant in our generation is jealousy.
Oh yeah.
In the sense that when you're in a relationship and your partner doesn't want you to be friends with any other person, they just want your life to revolve around them. Like, what's the whole point? There's no trust in the relationship, and I feel like the partner is just being very, very insecure. It does not even end at that. Like, get it, this person wants to know your every move, what you're doing every minute, what you're doing every second. The person is literally obsessed with you. Obsession is good. They have good obsession and they have bad obsession. But some obsessions are fueled by jealousy. Like, for instance, now I'm in a toxic relationship and I'm taking my bath and she's calling me, hey yo, Hapa, where are you? I'm like, I'm in the bedroom, and she's like, I show you in the bedroom.
Why you wait?
Exactly. Like, send me a picture.
Okay.
Like, what's that? There's something again that people think that is not toxic, but it's actually toxic. You're in a relationship and you're chatting with your partner, and then he sends you a text on WhatsApp, and then probably because of you were so busy you did not reply it, the person will now call you like 15 missed call, and the person will be like, why didn't you answer my call? What are you doing? You don't care about me anymore. Like, the person thinks that every slightest opportunity that you're not talking to him or her, that you're with someone else. Basically, I'll say this person does not trust. Because why are you so insecure?
Exactly. Because when you start having this chronic jealousy, you tend to become aggressive.
Yeah.
And once you become aggressive, you start questioning your partner, and then you start beating up your partner, you start abusing, you start battering. There are so many things you can just start doing to your partners because you feel they're not even telling you the truth. Let me make something very clear to you. Not when there's jealousy in your relationship, you tend to say, oh, so they're toxic. No, there is a level of jealousy that is going to get to, and you say it's toxic. That's when it becomes chronic. That your partner tends to check up on you often, calls you often, try to know how you're doing often, try to know who you're with. Doesn't mean that he's toxic. No, it becomes toxic when you're like, oh, I'm in a particular place, and he's like, are you sure? Okay, take some pictures. And when you say pictures, oh no, it's not enough, do a video. Okay, call me on video call, let me see who you're with, who are you, give the person the phone, this, that. He makes it look as if you're a terrible liar, and then whatever comes out of your mouth is actually a lie, and he doesn't believe it. There's no trust whatsoever. It becomes so chronic, and like I say, it becomes aggressive to an extent. Most of them will be like, where are you? Okay, I'm coming there. Do you understand? To verify if you're actually there. And this thing can mess up with your mental health. Yeah. So please, if you're in such relationship, you need to find a plan B.
Which one? No plan B. The person needs to run.
That's a plan B.
It's not okay, a plan. You need to run.
There's a plan B. You running is a plan B. It means escape for your life before it becomes aggressive to the point that he will beat you up, kill you, and get you flowers, and move on with another girl. So get to understand that. Another sign of toxic relationship is gaslighting. Now, there are so many of them, but I think this will be the last sign that we're going to mention today. So what is gaslighting? Gaslighting is a manipulative tactic that makes someone question their own reality.
Wow.
That's, for instance, your partner starts to make you feel or look stupid, starts to make you feel or believe that something that you know actually happened didn't happen.
Wow.
Now, let me give you an example. I was chatting with a friend of mine, and then she was like, Charlie, I beg, I want to ask you something. And I was like, what's that? She was like, okay, see, my boyfriend will post things, and then on WhatsApp group, and then on WhatsApp status, and then he blocks me from seeing the status. And I'm like, why would he do that? See, that's not even the funny part. So what actually made me like start feeling and looking stupid was the time that he posted something and he blocked me. Fortunately, I met with his friend, because I went to this event, and then his friend happened to be there, and then we are chatting and laughing, and the friend handed his phone to me and went to get something. So I said, I beg, make I just use that time instead of being bored and just watch status. As I was going through the status, I saw my boyfriend posted something. I was like, oh wow, let me go through it. And then I went through the status, and then I noticed that he posted a picture of a girl. One fine girl, if I pass me, and then he wrote something so lovey-dovey about this girl. And then I was like, am I stupid? I went to my phone, and I noticed I couldn't even view the status myself. I was like, oh, so you blocked me from viewing the status. Sorry. It is war. I went back home, and then I confronted him, and he was like, what are you saying? I not posted any status today. And I was like, am I stupid? You posted a picture of a girl, and this is exactly the right topic tagged on it. So why did you block me from viewing the status? He said, I didn't even post any status today. And then she was like, I don't understand. You posted a status on your WhatsApp, like I saw it. And then he was like, no, I did not post any. What are you saying? Every time you start looking for something to just use and cause arguments, and I said I did not post any statues, blah 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 blah. And he picked an argument, and then he started shouting and making it look as if I am stupid. Like, I saw this thing, I see him. I come to question myself, say, I don't understand. Am I blind? Am I stupid? Did I actually view this status? So the way he now made me look like, okay, maybe I mistakenly viewed another person's status. That is not his status, but I'm sure he actually viewed the status. Yeah. So gaslighting makes you feel stupid. It makes you feel that you can just sit down and question your reality. Start thinking that maybe you are actually stupid, because your partner starts to make you believe that something that is actually true, an event that actually occurred, did not occur. And not just that he makes you feel that way, he is consistent with it. Do you understand? Not when it happens once, because people make mistakes and then you say, no, it's a toxic relationship. I'm always stating this so that you don't begin to see all relationships as toxic because one of these signs occurred once or twice. No. Do you understand? It has to be consistent. Okay? So when there's this jealousy, like Colin said, yes, chronic jealousy. Please, you have to walk away before it gets aggressive. When there's gaslighting, before they tend to make you start looking or sounding stupid, you have to walk away, because it's going to make you reduce your self-confidence. Again, when he tends to blame you for every single thing that happens in the relationship and makes you feel like you are the problem, please, you need to walk away. When it tends to make you feel less of yourself, nothing you do ever matters, nothing you do is ever right, you can never get anything right. It begins to make you feel worthless. Not just he, your partner begins to make you feel worthless of yourself and less of yourself. Please, you need to leave the relationship before it gets too bad to affect your mental health, both physically, mentally, and otherwise. You need to walk away. And please, you need to note the fact that toxic relationship is very dangerous. We mentioned that earlier when we are defining toxic relationship for you, because it can get as bad as putting your health, your health at risk. So you need to walk away, because you've heard cases of suicide. I can tell you about a lady, a medical doctor, that committed suicide just because she was in a toxic relationship, and her mentality has deteriorated to the extent that she could not even talk to anyone about it. She was just dying in silence. If you're in a toxic relationship, you need to speak up, especially when your partner is battering you, when your partner abuses you. You need to speak up. You don't need to die in silence. Talk to someone about it. Do you understand? This medical doctor, upon she's a medical doctor, she's educated. So this has nothing to do with your level of education, especially when it's messing with your mentality. If it gets too bad, it gets too bad. It doesn't matter if you're educated or not. It reduces you to this angle where you feel that you are less. You have no confidence. You can't be useful. They make you feel that without them you are nothing. They are doing you a favor by being with you, and you feel that walking away is a terrible option. No, most times when you walk away from the grass, you get to the grace, and you need to get to understand that. Do you understand? So please try to understand and get to know when you're in a toxic relationship and when to japa when it's necessary. Okay, so guys, we've come to the end of the show, but before we leave, I'll be leaving our audience with one question. But before I drop this question, I have to tell a short story. Okay, Colin, so there's this girl that she happens to be in this relationship that is very toxic, whereby the guy abuses and batters her. And then at a point, I started feeling way too bad for her. To an extent, there was a time the guy had to shut the door and beat her up to the extent that everyone in the hostel gathered. When we managed to break the door, and then the guys in the lodge, and then went in and then pulled the girl out, she was completely bleeding. And after we cleaned her up and everything, we now special advisors of Nigeria, we came together as girls now, talking to our girl. We're like, babe, I beg, it's not as if this just started now. This guy has been beating you since year one. On a day 300 level now. What's going on? Why don't you want to walk away from this relationship? And she said, I've gotten to understand that when a guy is beating you, it doesn't mean that the guy hates you. It simply means that the guy is trying to correct you in love. The guy loves you. And I was like, Chineke me, how am I talking to? Oh wait. So all this my sweat and all this my special advising, where you pay me kobo shishi, you're telling me this rubbish. So sincerely, till today, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that statement. So that's why I want to drop it with you guys, the audience. Please, I need to see your comments on the comment section, what you actually think about this particular statement. Is it true that this girl is actually not in a toxic relationship, but instead she's in a love relationship where the guy batters and corrects her in love? So I await your comments.